Hello, fashion and K-pop lovers everywhere. Welcome back to our channel. Paris Fashion Week 2026 just delivered one of the most talked about moments of the year. Picture this. In the middle of a Paris heat wave, thousands of fans showed up before dawn, armed with balloons, banners, and even billboard trucks driving along the avenue, all just to catch a glimpse of one person stepping out of a car toward a stunning historic building. Who else but Park Jimin of BTS? But the buzz wasn't just about Jimin's appearance. On that very same day, for the first time in their still very young career, rookie group Cortis officially made their runway debut at Paris Fashion Week. And this meeting between senior and junior artists under the same agency sent the timeline into a complete frenzy. Curious about everything that happened behind the glamour of this Dior event? Let's break it all down. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our updates. Before we dive into the viral moments, let's get some context on the event itself. On June 24th, 2026, local time, the luxury French fashion house Dior held its Dior on Menswear Spring/Summer 2027 show. This was part of the larger Paris Fashion Week lineup, which every year sets the tone for global fashion trends. What's interesting is that this particular collection was designed by creative director Jonathan Anderson. For those who don't know, Anderson is known for his bold reinterpretation of a brand's classic heritage into something fresh and modern. In his latest collection for Dior, he presented tuxedos with a more relaxed fit, houndstooth patterns that are usually woven now translated into a printed motif, and polka dots dissolving into a sequin and silk scarf design inspired by a trompe-l'oeil motif from Dior's 1979 Haute Couture collection. So there's truly a blend of nostalgia and innovation here. The location was equally remarkable. The show was held at the Musée Nissim de Commando, a historic museum in Paris whose architecture was modeled after the Petit Trianon, the iconic building within the Palace of Versailles complex. You can imagine just how grand the atmosphere was, a fusion of contemporary fashion and classic European elegance. And of course, an event of this scale always draws celebrities and influential figures from across industries. From film to music to K-pop, everyone gathered in one place. Now, let's get to the main star everyone was waiting for, Park Jimin. For those who may not know, Jimin isn't actually new to the Dior world. He's been an active global brand ambassador for Dior since 2023, and this role has made him one of the most influential Asian figures in the history of K-pop's relationship with world-class fashion houses. For this appearance, Jimin showed up in a blue velvet coat with an Edwardian flair, exuding elegance. Many international media outlets described his look as something straight out of a fairy tale, radiating a princely aura. The blue coat was paired with a collared shirt underneath, complete with his blonde hair left to flow naturally, adding to what many called an angelic, regal vibe. Adding even more intrigue, there's a story behind the design of his jacket. Several reports noted that the cut of Jimin's jacket drew inspiration from a historic velvet coat made around 1775, with the original piece housed in the private collection of Mark Wallace, one of the UK's largest private collections of antique menswear. So this wasn't just an ordinary outfit, it carried a long history brought back to life through Dior's modern interpretation. The most iconic moment of the day came when Jimin waved to fans from the balcony of the museum building. Imagine the scene. Thousands of people had been waiting since early morning under Paris's scorching heatwave, and then suddenly the person they'd been waiting for appeared on the balcony and waved. The crowd instantly erupted, screams echoed down the street, and phone cameras shot up in unison to capture the moment. This kind of fan enthusiasm isn't new when it comes to Jimin. But what made this moment feel even more special was that he appeared alongside new faces from the same agency, the members of Cortis. Now let's talk about the young stars who stole just as much attention, Cortis. For those unfamiliar, Cortis is a rookie K-pop group under the same agency as BTS. And this Paris Fashion Week appearance marked their very first debut on one of the most prestigious fashion stages in the world. A remarkable achievement, considering how new they still are to the industry. Cortis has 5 members in total, but for this Dior event, 3 of them attended, Seongyeon, Jaehoon, and Kianho. Meanwhile, the other 2 members, James and Martin, had already attended the YSL showcase earlier in the same Paris Fashion Week lineup. showing that all of Cortis's members were going all in on breaking into the international fashion scene within the same stretch of days. Let's go through each of their looks, because each one had its own standout details. Jaehoon, who is just 18 years old, wore a blue checkered shirt paired with shimmering fringe detailing draped over the shoulders. Many considered his look one of the most eye-catching among the three, as the dazzling fringe detail gave his overall outfit a dramatic yet modern edge. Seongyeon opted for a simpler yet still polished look, wearing a gray-collared shirt adorned with sparkly texture and stud accents in certain areas. This style gave off an effortlessly chic impression, casual yet still looking expensive and elegant. Meanwhile, Hyunho wore a brown checkered shirt paired with white bottoms and brightly patterned shoes. This casual yet fashionable approach made his look feel light while still standing out among the other guests. All three were also seen wearing sunglasses and loafers from Jonathan Anderson's ready-to-wear collection, each adding their own personal touch that kept their styles feeling authentic despite coming from the same collection. Many fashion observers noted that the presence of these three young Cortis members brought a fresh energy to the event, with an aesthetic described as a blend of playful, youthful style while still appearing gentle and refined, something that represents the new face of the current generation of K-pop. Now here's the part everyone's been waiting for, and the most talked about moment among netizens: the meeting between Jimin and the Cortis members at the venue. Since they're under the same agency, it's no secret that Jimin and the Cortis members already know each other. But meeting on a stage as massive as Paris Fashion Week naturally felt different and more special, both for them personally and for the fans watching from afar. According to a report from Star News Korea, when they crossed paths at the event, Jimin offered a simple but warm compliment to the Cortis members, telling them they looked handsome. A short, simple greeting, but one that instantly became a hot topic across social media the moment the news spread. Not to be outdone, the Cortis members returned the favor by complimenting Jimin's hairstyle that day. This brief exchange of compliments beautifully captured the warmth and closeness between fellow artists from the same agency, even across different generations within the industry. Moments like these are simple, but it's often these small gestures that fans cherish the most. Seeing seniors and juniors supporting and showing respect for one another amid the glitz of international fashion is truly heartwarming to witness. On social media, especially TikTok and X, this meeting quickly went viral with various hashtags tied to the event, covering everything from discussions about each member's outfit, their expressions as they crossed paths, to in-depth analysis from fashion enthusiasts about the meaning behind their runway styling. There were also some candid moments caught on camera, including one showing a natural, slightly awkward expression from one of the Cortis members amid the formal atmosphere of the event. Moments like this were warmly received by fans, as they're seen as showing the human, relatable side of idols, proving that behind the glamorous stage, there's still young people who feel nervous under the spotlight surrounded by world-class guests. Now let's dig a little deeper into why this moment is so special and worth all the attention. First, it's about generational handoff and influence. Jimin has long proven himself to be one of the most influential Asian figures in international fashion. His consistent presence at major events like Dior over the years proves that K-pop's influence in the fashion world isn't just a passing trend, but something sustained and ongoing. With Cortis now stepping in as the new generation making their debut on such a massive stage, it shows that the path paved by seniors like Jimin is now being carried forward by the next wave of young talent. This moment serves as a symbol that the relationship between K-pop and high-end fashion is only growing stronger across generations. Second, this moment also reflects how an agency can build an ecosystem where its artists support one another. It's no secret that the entertainment industry can sometimes be marked by fierce competition between talents, even within the same agency. But the warm exchange of compliments between Jimin and the Cortis members paints a different picture, one of a culture of mutual support that ultimately strengthens the agency's overall positive image on the global stage. Third, from the fashion industry's perspective, the presence of K-pop figures at major runway shows like Dior is also an incredibly effective marketing strategy. Having celebrities with massive, highly active global fan bases provides enormous exposure for these fashion brands, especially across digital platforms. It's no surprise that major fashion houses are increasingly partnering with K-pop figures as part of their global branding strategy. And finally, there's the emotional factor for the fans themselves. Watching their favorite idols be recognized and confidently take the stage at an international event like Paris Fashion Week brings a real sense of pride. And when there's a moment of genuine connection between senior and junior artists that feels so natural and warm, it only deepens the emotional bond between fans and their idols. After this moment spread, netizen reactions poured in from all directions. Many left positive comments about how harmonious the relationship between Jimin and the Cortis members appeared, viewing it as real proof that seniority in the entertainment industry doesn't always have to come with distance or formality. Hashtags related to the event also trended across multiple platforms, with thousands of reposts of short clips from their meeting, outfit breakdowns, and lively discussions over which Cortis members stole the spotlight the most. Several international fashion content creators also shared their thoughts on how Cortis' styling for their debut managed to showcase an identity that felt fresh yet mature, something many found impressive given how new the group still is to the industry. Moments like this once again prove just how powerful the combination of K-pop and luxury fashion can be in sparking massive online conversation within just hours of the news and clips spreading. And there you have it, everyone. A full rundown of the exciting moment at Paris Fashion Week that brought Jimin and the Cortis members together on the Dior runway. From Jimin's elegant, fairy tale-like appearance, to Cortis' debut that successfully stole the spotlight, to that warm exchange of compliments that left fans melting. Moments like this once again highlight just how close the bond is between the K-pop industry and the world of high fashion, while also serving as solid proof of an influence handoff from one generation to the next, one that's only just beginning its journey. So what do you think about Jimin and Cortis' appearances at this event? Who do you think stole the show the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel so you never miss updates on K-pop and fashion, and share this with friends who love this kind of content too. See you in the next video. Bye.